going on, guys? What's going on, guys? Going live, guys. What's up? What's up? What's up? Jeremy, how are ya? What's going on? What's going on? Nope, thanks for joining. Good, glad you're excited. Give me a minute here. Let's get everyone involved. Just one sec. So I post on social media. Abby Agra, hello. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. You guys know the drill. It takes a minute or two to get going. I'm going to post all over social media, and we will get started. Do not worry. Crazy day, crazy market day. Ken Block, Robbing, James, how are we? Just quickly post. Mullen, Coin. What else? What else do we trade? Square. Pretty pumped for this lesson, guys. Honestly, trade thesis today for me. I'm going to talk through. I absolutely just nailed it. Everything just to the penny, to the T. Today feels like a great day to start the week. I'm pretty excited about how I traded today. Smaller size, of course, but left probably 20, 30K on the table today, but I feel really happy just in the way how I started the week. Just nailed my spots. Wade was patiently on the upside, waited patiently on the downside. I'm going to walk through some stuff today. I think it's going to be really good lessons because it shows you that momentum, price action, and technical analysis, they actually mean stuff in this market. I know everything's trading on emotions, but that's where trading comes into where it becomes really tactical. So I'm going to talk through that. Ken, Bobby, James, thanks for coming on. The Pure Hollywood, Victor, OM, Jeep Life, thanks for joining, guys. We have 40 people already on the first 30 seconds, so I'm going to give about another 30 seconds to a minute. We'll get started. Tarson, hello. Today's session is going to be really quick because we're in the middle of market hour, so I'm going to do a 15-minute speed walk and then just no Q&A. We're just going to dive, and we'll do a Q&A maybe after hours sometime this week. So I apologize, no Q&A, but we're going to run through this. I think this will be helpful for everyone. Okay, good. Viewers jumped to 50, 60 here. I'm going to give it a quick second. Usually I start around 100 viewers. Give me a second, guys. Just post it on social. And we will get into it. So I will start jumping into this now, guys, in 20 seconds. So if you're just joining or just following me, joining across social media channels, StockTwits, Webull, anywhere else that you find me within Discord or Spud Zone members, students, hello. My name is Spud. I've turned 15,000 over 2 million in the last 2 years. I'm also starting a couple small account challenges, sort of in the mix of two of them, trying to determine how to facilitate that going forward this year. But been a pretty crazy trading year. I'm not a financial advisor by any means. I buy and sell securities based on my own knowledge and my own liquidity and capital. So I do not trade for anyone else. I strictly only trade for me and my accounts. I do alert my trades live across different social media channels as well as the premium Discord Spud Zone. If you're not a member, I highly suggest it. We have thousands of folks, thousands of testimonials. You can see the link below. My tech team will post it. If not, we'll jump right into it. Appreciate you guys joining. Today is a free session, so I do want to kind of walk through some things. And I think the two important topics we're going to cover today, one being momentum, and then two, price action, okay? So momentum and price action sort of going along with one another. And then the third is really technical analysis. In this kind of market, guys, there's a ton of range. You're seeing a crazy amount of volatility, right? Therefore, how do you wrap your head around, are things going to go really big green or are things going to go really big red? No one really knows, but guess what? We have charts to help us determine where to predict possible moves, and then you could risk off of those levels with tight stop losses, therefore mitigating your losses to the downside while maximizing your upside. So I'm going to walk through the SPY puts today. I put a nice 15% stop loss and it ran for 150%. Those are now up 400%. So, there's ways to maximize capital in this environment. And as I always say, guys, volatility is a day trader's dream. It's paradise. This is when everything's super emotional. This is where folks make the big bucks. Traders, right? Investors, it's like super emotional. But for traders, this is where you sort of make that bread and butter. Now, the first trade I'm going to walk through here was alerted today was Coinbase. Many people probably know the name Coinbase. We've been trading it pretty actively in the Spud Zone Premium group probably the last 2 to 3 weeks. And I'd say we've probably won 4 out of 5, 4 out of 6 for over 100% gains, whether that's puts or calls. We played the options we played earnings. We've played this in shares, just long shares on our equity side. And then we've traded this on today, the calls. So I want to walk through what a momentum / price action really means. Okay, 9:30 bell this morning, right? We see a big, and this is how I scanned for about 30 stocks in about first half hour of market open, okay? And I didn't see anything with great range and momentum besides Coinbase and Tesla. Tesla was actually the leader. Coinbase was my secondary watch. But given that Tesla, I didn't feel right about Tesla. I was going to play it. But the reason why I alerted Coinbase 177 to 179 zones and I alerted $200 calls for a scalp today, the reason I alerted that is because I saw Bitcoin was up 5-6% at the time, right? So I'm like, whoa, that's really strong. I know there's a lot of, unfortunate, geopolitical events going on in Ukraine. Pray for all them. It's been crazy seeing some of the videos and some of the comments and a lot of the media headlines that are hitting the tape. It's very sad at the end of the day, but we as traders need to take that and play that and see how that works out. So, it sounds like people are sending digital currency to one another, right? In Europe. And as you can see, Bitcoin's has a huge spike today. I'm going to walk through that. And the reason I said coin, they had great earnings. It was kind of a sideways action. But you can tell out of the gates, I always decipher, right? This is a big green candle out of the gates, guys. So basically that's probably a 2.5%, maybe 3% move out of the gates from 172 all the way up to 177. Then there's a little profit taking, of course. And then we just start to see sort of the algos tick in. I saw a 2% move. Now we're up 2%-ish green on the day. So I'm like, okay, Bitcoin's roaring. Maybe coin goes up 5-6% today. And here we are, guys, sitting at 6%. I said 5 to 7%. Let's target that right in this zone in here. Okay, so I got in around the dip. I bought the 200 calls right on this candle going up. I was a little late to the party, actually. Those 200 calls are now up a little over 220%. I was a little late to the party. I didn't buy them in the opening bell. But guess what? As I like to say, I always want to be late to the party most of the time than super early, because if you're super early, this is a fader down. This hits 160s, you lose 20% in the capital. Then bam, you kind of blow out your trading day, okay? So I'd rather be late and wait for the confirmation candle. This confirmation candle for me above HOD was that confirmation candle, 177.50. I then started alerting 200 calls. We could see a huge spike. Okay, it took about 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then we started to see the full confirmation move come in. Now we're up 60% on the calls in here, okay, which is another 2% on the shares. Then I kind of sold right into this spike here. I sold the 186, 187 spike, this candle in here. About an hour later, around 11 a.m., I was all out for about $17,000 profits from 200 call ads. I added about 120 a share, 200 calls, 200 call contracts at 120 average. Sold them in here. I think it was, 220, 210, somewhere like that. So 60% move there. Love it. Maybe 75%, whatever I locked in there, 17,000 profits. Great trade. And then it kept going. I missed the upside to 192 here, which would have probably been around 200 something percentage on the 200s, which was another 2.5% move. So this ticker had some great range today, right? Peak 192, and we bought down here at 177, 179 zones. So look at that. What do we see? We see a new base support, rip, higher lows. Now we see no dips. Every dip got swallowed. Boom, new HOD. Consolidate. Boom, new HOD. Sell off. Consolidate. Boom, new HOD. Consolidate, profit taking. Consolidate back to where consolidated down here. First level support, 184. See this support line right here? 184. Tickle, 184, tickle, I call it. And then we got VWAP around 184 too, 183, 184. So this stock right now is above VWAP. That to me shows me that there could be a bullish move into end of close, maybe to 189, 192 zones. We could get a spike back. Now keep in mind the markets are volatile. QQQ's out of control right now. It's going up and down like a freaking yo-yo. But crypto's holding. So if Bitcoin, I think, sees new highs into close, I think you'll probably see a push on Coinbase, and you might see a quick explosion to 189, 191. That's where I'd probably sell my calls for the full-on scalp. If this crashes below VWAP 184, I'd probably say take puts down to 179, 178. Has a lot of range on this ticker name, guys. This is Coinbase. A lot of range on this ticker name. I just want to show you guys the chart on sort of what I'm seeing, what I'm visualizing. It's took me 30 minutes to scan. I probably scanned through maybe 35 tickers today, large caps. Tesla and Coin are my favorite, but it's super important. I know I'm going fast. It's super important to study, because if you don't study and you don't, these are moves that you can find on your own. I'm giving you guys, as I like to tell all my students and members in the Spud Zone Discord, I'm giving you the buffet breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You just have to choose which pieces you potentially want to eat and how you want to go about it. And so I'm here all day. I got 8 monitors going. I got scanners going. I'm looking for the best possible setups that are going to reward me on my capital. And I have no problem stopping loss on a trade. I lose all the time. As long as I win 60, 70% of the time and let my winners really run, but mitigate my losses quickly, you're going to be a profitable, consistent, winning trader. And that's all I care about. That's all we care about. And that's all I sort of preach to everyone on a daily basis. If you can win majority of your trades, let your winners really sort of soak out and win. You want to sell into strength, right? I always tell everyone, you want to be selling when their FOMO is the highest, right? When these penny stocks are running 300, 400, 5%, those are times where you want to be selling, not FOMO chasing and buying, because that's when you get your best possible ask. When volume is really high, you're sort of seeing that squeeze candle, right? When GME ran to 300, 350, whatever it was. When are we selling? We want to sell into FOMO. When everyone's like, oh my God, it's going to 1,000. That's when you want to be selling, right? Selling into the strength. What do you want to be doing? When you want to be buying? You want to be buying into the weakness. When I say weakness, let me rephrase that. A strong ticker on weakness, right? So maybe it's a 20, 30% pullback. You want to be sort of scaling in for the next pop, right? Whether that's a day trade, a swing trade, long trade, etc. Okay? So this is Coinbase. Now I want to talk through SPY, because this one is just straight. So that, first off, this first example on Coinbase was momentum / price action, right? And excuse me, if you go back in my videos, for all the new members following me, whether you're on Webull, whether you're one of my 53,000 followers on Webull, you guys are connecting on the YouTube, that's great. If you're a new follower, that's great. Check out the recent videos on price action, right? And stability. So here we have higher and higher lows with a compound support, higher break, and we just keep seeing breaks. I call this the staircase to heaven, as you guys know in all my videos. Bing, consolidate, bing, consolidate, bing, consolidate, dump, back down to the newest supports, push off VWAP, right? And then we're holding above VWAP all day. We're going to see the break up or break down, right? Okay? So what I mean by that, this is momentum / price action. This applies to small caps, this applies to mid caps, large caps, options, etc. Okay? Now let's talk through SPY, because this is a different trade for me. SPY, this is purely technical analysis. It's funny, I saw some guys, I'm not going to call them out on the options trading floor. You guys got greedy on the calls. I saw some people riding calls, pull back on calls. I was hammering those puts. Every time you were saying calls, I was hammering puts. And let me tell you why. So we have the 5-minute chart here, okay? And for all the new traders, I use 5-minute chart 99.9% of the time. It gives me a better aspect to what's going on. 3-minute chart, 1-minute chart, too short time frame for me. Can't really see the volume. Yeah, you can see strong volume on a minute chart, very strong volume on a 3-minute. 5-minute gives me a better depiction if I really want second guessing. Like, hey, what is it, Jeopardy or whatever, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You're going to call a friend, right? My call a friend is I use my 15-minute chart. That's like my, hey, buddy, what am I looking at, right? That's my 15-minute chart. So that's what I'm looking at, and that will be sort of like, is it lined up, or am I not, sure on this trade thesis? I use a 15-minute chart. 5-minute is my bread and butter for all day long, okay? So let's talk through SPY, okay? So we had a major dump today, 9:30, right? And it was strong out of the gates. Once again, you see these big green candles out of the gates. It wasn't a red candle down. It was a green candle up, okay? So then I told everyone, I'm going to wait 30 minutes, 40 minutes so I find the setup that I want. And guess what? The algos gave you the setup that you wanted on SPY almost to the penny, And let me show you. What's right here, right? 437.70, 0.80, whatever, if you want to round up, right? Where do we get to today? People bought the dip and moved almost 1.5% off bottoms. Look where it ran, guys. These charts don't lie. I said wait till 437.80, 437.90. It's in the Discord channel to the penny. We hit that spot right here, right? I added puts right here, very small in the Roth IRA. I made 50% on my Roth IRA in approximately 30 minutes on this trade, okay? I added right here on the top, I added 435 puts, expiration today. 20 minutes later, bang, 0.5 point drop. I sold right down in here. The 434 move below that, sub here. We broke VWAP. Once we broke VWAP, now it's sort of sellers. Once we broke the bottom of this candle, we were just going down. And once it broke the 433, you're going to get your move to 432. We already saw that 430 actually got even lower. So, this was an easy trade, but why? See, this is what we call a double top, right? So guess what? I risked off the double top, right? Buyers, buyers, buyers all morning. Finally, at 11:30, I get the entry I want. I didn't FOMO into puts here. I didn't FOMO into puts here. I didn't FOMO into puts here. I waited till we got to my level. Guess what? I got my level here. You know what I did? I put a 20% stop loss. It never hit on that little spike there. But guess what? If SPY was really strong today, it would have went green probably half a point. It would have broke this one top, two top, three top. Oh my God. SPY basically is a four top here at 437.70. If it broke out, the upside would be to 440. As we saw, it broke down. Now there's lower downside to 430, in my opinion. Okay. And this is all charting, guys. This is all technical analysis and charting. Is this helpful? Like, are people seeing this? Like, how does Spud take sort of positions? Like, this is exactly what I'm looking at. And this is what I mean by being patient in these markets. Let everything come to you. You know what I mean? No need to jump on stuff. Like, let things come to you. There's no need, whether that's buying long, whether that's going short, whether that's buying calls or puts, let things come to you. So this was the SPY trade. This was a great trade. I hope this is helpful right now, right? So we have this, and then I want to talk through the Mullen. I didn't trade it because I was so busy. Like, these coin calls ran 200, SPY almost ran. I think SPY's around 400% at the lows. I missed this, but this was a solid trade too all morning. 9:30. Look where we opened, like about $1. And then all day we just sort of saw that stairwell. Higher and higher lows, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, consolidate, 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 rip, consolidate, consolidate, rip. So what traders are doing here, as you can see, right, a lot of liquidity on this name. I think there's 500 million shares traded, which is great. Almost $1 billion of liquidity traded on this Mullen ticker name in one trading session, and it's only been about 6-7 hours. I'm interested to see what this does after hour. So there's a lot of liquidity. I don't know if this is potentially a short squeeze on 30-50 million shares. I don't know what it is, but as you can see, a lot of liquidity. And so traders are buying this dip, selling that rip. Consolidate. New traders are coming in, buying here, selling the rip. Right? New traders are holding the support, selling the rip. So this was a constant just theme of just buy the dip, sell the rip here. You see the stairwell. Either we break below and we go sub 160s back to retest of 152, 148, and then maybe close around 172, or we consolidate here around 170 and we retest highs of 192.2 for a 20% push, or we probably see a 10-50% flush here into close. The retest was 135. So 135 is a nice area for support. That would be an area where I'm probably going to try and add for a potential scalp. My first level of support would be about 148, 152 zones. So, this is just a name where, I'm going to be patient. I didn't play it, but today it showed me one or two things. Today, this name showed me price action. Today, this name showed me momentum. And today just showed me just range. We're up 150% on a penny stock. It's not a small float. It's not a micro float. It's relative. I mean, it's a smaller float comparable, but it's not a micro float. So this was a great move for this name. Does it have a 2-3 day run in it? I don't know. Is it going to be an IMPP type of play that we alerted? 77 cents. It ran to 280s. I mean, I don't know if it's a supernova, but price action, everything seems to be stabilized and looked pretty good so far. I may dabble off those zones, but as I said, I'll be patient. I'm in no rush. If I could catch a 148, or I'd really like to grab some size potentially at 135 for a quick scalp back to like 150. That would be like a nice 10-15% move for me if I could get about that see a double bottom here, guys, on the 5-minute, 135, which would be right below VWAP. That would be the big place. And then if I could really catch a 127 bid, I don't think I'll get that. At that point, I would say the ticker would be more bearish if it went down that low. But a retest of 150 would be healthy. I don't know if we'll get it today, but yeah. So that's the Mullen ticker. Are these charting and is this stuff helpful, guys? Let's read the chat. I'm not going to get Q&A. It's been about 15-20 minutes so far, and we'll do Q&A in a later session at the end of the week, and I'll post that across social media again. But are these charts and helpful, in terms of the technicals, in terms of the price action and momentum? Are you guys starting to see this a little bit? Is this starting to oh, that's how he's viewing it, or oh, this is how I should view it, or just getting you thinking in general, because these are areas where you could potentially make great opportunities on the scalps, right? You don't want to be chasing in here. You want to be like really being patient in these markets, guys, because the reality is a lot of traders are losing in these markets because they're chasing up or chasing down, or they're slamming puts when everything's down, or they're slamming calls when everything's up. And so you need to sort of sit back, take a breath, and sort of understand where the price action is going. It's very volatile. Ride it up, ride it down. And get in, get out, pick your spot, move on. And when you make those green trades, I get bad at this too. I can criticize myself. I sometimes overtrade when I have a green day, and then I end up going red or like break even. And it's frustrating because I'm like, I nailed a couple great trades in the morning. I'm up maybe 10, 20, 30K, whatever the heck it is, 5K. And then I'm like, I go red into close, 5 or 10K, or I trade sideways the rest of the day. It's just like, I've sort of learned in this market that we're in, it's like, don't keep chasing like momentum and trying to pick out a trade and keep trading. If I nail a green day, like if I could just nail a green day every day, like that's great. That's awesome. The reality is obviously it's trading. You're not going to be green every day, but if you could just minimize those losses, keep everything super tight and clean and impactful, and then just really sort of just trade up from there. I think it really helps, and that's sort of what I'm learning in this market. The overtrading has killed me in January, and really just want to slowly start February, March, April, just really building back to sort of my net P&L days that I was doing a couple of years ago. So I know it's a smaller account, I know it's a smaller challenge for me, but that's now my new challenge, right? To sort of build out into those P&L days where I was making 30, 40, 50K some days when things were hot. I'm going to get back there. Just, I need to build up that capital within the small account. That's only going to happen by those small base hits for me. So, I'm taking different approaches. I'm hoping you guys are taking different approaches. At the end of the day, it's all about how do you adapt in these markets, right? And play the volatility. And my big thing to everyone don't be greedy. When you hit your conservative targets, take some off the table. Scale some out. We're traders. If we hit 100%, hit 150%, like scale some out. Don't be greedy. No one's looking for the home run. If base hits add up way more than the home runs. If I could hit a home run every 1 out of 30, I'd be happy. But guess what? If I can hit a base hit 7 out of 10 times, it's going to add up more than the home run does. So I know it takes one trade to break, but break out of a terrible slump or a big year. It's just like baseball. If you're striking out 8 out of 10 times and finally hit a couple homers, like it feels good. Right? That account's getting back to where you think it was. But you have to get back to the base hits, right? So that's sort of how I take approach in this market. Hopefully this is really helpful. It seems like I'm looking at some of the comments now. We had 100 viewers on the line. It looks like from what I'm seeing, this is really helpful. Yes, thank you. Keep drilling it. Very helpful, very helpful. Okay. If there's other things you guys would like me to cover in the next future sessions, maybe later this week or this weekend, can you guys just throw out some questions? Throw out some questions here in the live chat, and I'll jot some down on the pen and paper, and I'll try and maybe cover some of these topics next time. If not, if you don't want to just throw them in the comment section on YouTube now, we can just have another session to do this. If you are not subscribed to Spud Zone, see the tech team just put the link in the Discord. Highly recommend joining. You'll learn a ton, but you'll also see what I'm trading, what I'm looking at real time. I don't just give entry alerts and exit alerts because I just think no one's learning that way. I like to give what I'm thinking in real time, basically just sharing paragraphs of knowledge sometimes, some days, when I'm only making a trade or two or maybe no trades. I'm just giving you my input on what I think the market can do, where it can go, etc. So it's really helpful in that aspect. It's a different type of Discord than a lot of the Discords you probably see, where they're just jamming entry exits. And I don't think that's really, really helpful. I try to keep it to quality only. I'm not here to alert 100 things. I really want to make sure my end goal is to maintain my account and grow it, not just shoot in a blind bucket. So hopefully it's helpful. Do check out the Discord. You can follow me on StockTwits, Weeble. We have thousands of followers there. You can also check out our website and testimonials. There's also been a ton of sort of articles about us as well. You can go read those on medium.com under Spud Zone. Anything else, questions, put here. I'll try and jot them out. And yeah, really appreciate you guys' time, guys. This was a quick session during market hours. Let's finish strong the rest of the day. I'm going to get back. I'm just going to do some quick scans, maybe give some overnight ideas in the Discord. And sort of that's it for today. Thank you guys for joining. I'm really hopeful this was really helpful for you guys. The goal is, just to show you guys what I'm looking at, what I'm seeing, and how you can potentially help your guys' trading abilities as well. So thanks, guys, for dialing in. You guys are the best. Love you guys, and see you guys on the media and chat channels. Awesome, guys. Cheers. Spud Zone out.